Soldiers from wars both old and new march down city streets. Flags hang from homes, businesses, even car antennas. Ceremonies remember those who dutifully served their nation. It's Veterans Day, or Remembrance Day, as it's known in much of the world, a time to honor members of the armed forces. And it all began in a railroad car with a document to end the war to end all wars. World War I, also known as the Great War, shocked the global community with its unprecedented toll in human life. Untold millions were killed. Germany was running low on manpower and supplies, so they agreed to sign an armistice, or truce, in the French commander Ferdinand Foch's private rail car. On the 11th hour, on the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918, all was quiet on the Western Front. The fighting had ended. Exactly 1 year later, President Woodrow Wilson decreed that Americans should observe a moment of silence at 11 a.m. to remember the armistice and to embrace the peace. In America, the nation's first unknown soldier was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery on Armistice Day, 1921. He was a casualty of the Great War. Since that first memorial, other unknown soldiers from America's wars have been interred in the tomb. And it's become tradition for the president or one of his representatives to lay a wreath on the monument every November 11th. A resolution was passed in 1926 inviting all Americans to remember Armistice Day and the soldiers who fought so hard for peace. The idea caught on. By 1938, the day was marked with so many ceremonies and parades, Congress made it a legal holiday, giving people the day off work. After World War II and the Korean War, Americans wanted to open up the holiday to include not just World War I veterans, but all who served in combat. In 1954, President Dwight Eisenhower, a World War II vet himself, legally changed the U.S. Armistice Day to Veterans Day, honoring those who served in all American wars.
Huskies.
We're the Hillwood Green Team.
And we're here to tell you a little bit about recycling.
This blue bin is for plastic bottles or cans.
And this gray bin that you've seen all your life is for food and trash and tissues. Go in here.
Hi, I'm Lauren Savannah.
And I'm Eliza Milner with HMS News.
Sparks were flying at the most recent debate between candidates for president of Hillwood.
The negative tone of the campaign has become a major issue after a recent string of attack ads, and both candidates addressed that topic.
Who do you blame for the negative advertising?
Campaigns are won and lost in the halls of this great campus, and that's where I intend to focus my efforts.
It's been negative? I haven't even noticed. All I've noticed is me climbing in the polls.
Do you expect the campaign to go back to focusing on the issues?
Let me tell you something, Missy. I have issues, and I've dealt with them. Just like my father has dealt with his issues before me, and his father before him dealt with their issues. That's all I'm going to say about that.
The only issues I hear is Coach John calling me boring, trashing my giraffes and sock puppets. But what I think is, why is Coach John if he's not a coach of anything? That's the real issue, Hillwood. Who are you trusting?
Hello, I'm Kinsey Anselm.
And I'm Shauna O'Connell with HMS News.
We caught up with Hillwood presidential candidates Ryan Dreers and Coach John at the campaign trail.
Coach John tried to woo voters as he led a cleanup effort while Mr. Driggers visited Hillwood classrooms to connect to the potential voters.